The birthday candles were already melting in the warm daylight, their small flames trembling like they were unsure whether to keep burning or give up. In the center of a sunlit restaurant reserved for celebrations, a little girl sat perfectly still in her wheelchair, hands folded on her lap, eyes fixed on a cake that no one else seemed to notice. Around her, laughter from other tables floated through the air, sharp and careless, while her own table remained painfully empty. It was her birthday, yet she looked like someone waiting for a moment that might never come. Before the story pulls you deeper, pause for a second. If you believe that kindness can change lives and that second chances still exist in this world, please like this video, share it with someone you care about, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel Dramex Story. Your support helps these stories reach hearts that need them. The girl's name was Alara Monroe, and she had learned very early that silence could be louder than noise. The sunlight streaming through the tall glass windows touched her dark hair and soft face, but it could not warm the loneliness she carried. Alara had been paralyzed from the waist down since a car accident years ago, an accident that also stole her mother and replaced her childhood with hospital rooms and quiet nights. Her father, Adrian Monroe, was a powerful CEO known across the city for building an empire from nothing. He could command boardrooms, negotiate billion-dollar deals, and make people listen with a single look. Yet today he was absent. A last-minute crisis had pulled him away, leaving his assistant to arrange the birthday lunch while Alara waited, pretending not to care. She understood his world, but understanding did not make the empty chair across from her hurt any less. The restaurant was bright and alive, filled with afternoon energy. Families gathered, friends leaned close to each other, and children ran back and forth under the watchful eyes of parents. Alara watched them quietly, her gaze drifting from the cake to the door and back again. She told herself that her father would arrive any moment, that he always did in the end. Still, a familiar heaviness settled in her chest, the same feeling she had learned to hide behind small smiles and polite nods. The staff moved around her carefully, unsure whether to speak or step back, treating her loneliness like something fragile that might break if touched. At another table not far away sat Noah Calder, a single father with tired eyes and a heart that had learned to keep going no matter how heavy life became. His young son, Milo, sat beside him, swinging his legs under the chair, fascinated by everything and nothing at once. Noah had not planned to celebrate anything that day. Money was tight, life was unpredictable, and most days were about survival rather than joy. But when he noticed Alara sitting alone, the untouched cake glowing softly in the daylight, something stirred inside him. It reminded him of the times Milo had asked where his mother was, and how empty explanations could feel when a child simply needed presence. Noah did not see a CEO's daughter or a girl in a wheelchair. He saw a child waiting to be seen. The idea formed quietly, without drama, guided by instinct rather than thought. He gathered his courage, gently guiding his son's attention toward Alara's table. With a respectful nod to the staff and a calm determination that surprised even himself, he approached, asking permission in the simplest way possible, not with words meant to impress, but with an openness that carried no expectations. What mattered was not who Alara's father was or who Noah was not, but the possibility of turning a lonely moment into a shared one. The change was subtle at first, like the way daylight slowly brightens a room. Alara's eyes lifted, curiosity replacing the guarded distance she wore so well. Milo's innocent excitement filled the space, his presence light and unburdened by the rules adults often obey. Plates were moved, chairs adjusted, and suddenly the empty table felt different. The cake no longer looked like an accusation, but an invitation. Laughter began to grow, soft at first, then freer, as stories were shared without judgment or pity. Alara found herself smiling without forcing it, her shoulders relaxing as the weight she carried shifted, just slightly, to make room for something warmer. Across the city, Adrian Monroe ended his meeting earlier than expected, an uneasy feeling urging him to return. When he entered the restaurant, he braced himself for disappointment, already preparing apologies he had spoken too many times before. Instead, he stopped short. In the bright afternoon light, he saw his daughter surrounded by unfamiliar faces, her expression open and alive in a way he had not seen for months. She was laughing, really laughing, the kind that came from deep inside rather than out of habit. For the first time, Adrian understood something no business success had ever taught him. Presence mattered more than power, and kindness did not need permission from status. As the afternoon stretched on, the candles were finally blown out, applause rising from nearby tables that had quietly noticed the transformation. The moment did not erase Alara's challenges or Noah's struggles, but it planted something important in all of them. A reminder that compassion could arrive from unexpected places, in the middle of an ordinary day, under the simplest of circumstances. If this story touched your heart even a little, please take a moment to support it. Like the video, share it, and stay connected with Dramex's story so more stories like this can reach people who need hope. Special request before we end, please comment the word kindness below if you believe small moments can change lives. As the daylight faded into a softer glow, Alara looked at her cake one last time, no longer alone, carrying with her a memory stronger than any pain she had known. It was not just a birthday she would remember, but the day she learned that even when life takes so much away, it can still surprise you with something beautiful.